This is Jarrod Horak, and this is my latest Breeders Cup video. And in this video, I'm going to analyze the Breeders Cup Juvenile Fillies at Santa Anita Park for Friday, November 3rd. And this is the Kentucky Oaks 2023 points race. If you're interested in my annual two-day Breeders Cup full cards at Santa Anita Park, November 3rd and 4th, my Breeders Cup Friday full card is complete. I will have the Breeders Cup Saturday full card complete tomorrow. You can purchase those full cards at the runawayhorse.com. Or you can also purchase my full cards for the Breeders' Cup and Santa Anita Park at todaysracingdigest.com. Now, speaking of todaysracingdigest.com, if you head on over to their website, you can purchase their annual product as well, their Breeders' Cup Complete Digest at Santa Anita Park. And they've been covering Southern California racing since 1970. They've been covering the Breeders' Cup since the beginning in 1984. They have a lot of experience and they are experts in Southern California racing. And in that Complete Digest, you will be getting past performances, the Today's Racing Digest speed ratings, analysis, wagering strategies, and much more. So head on over to todaysracingdigest.com on their Breeders' Cup page to purchase their Breeders' Cup product. Or you can also go over there and read my handicapping articles as well, right on that Breeders' Cup page. I've probably written around 30 Breeders' Cup articles heading up to the 2023 Breeders' Cup. I started writing articles about 5 weeks out. Breeders' Cup angles for all the races, some pedigree information, jockeys, trainers, horses to watch, and much more. And I'm going to be posting more there as well. Now we're just a few days away from the Breeders' Cup, but head on over to todaysracingdigest.com, click on their Breeders' Cup tab to read all of my handicapping articles. And now we'll dive into the analysis of the 6th race at Santa Anita Park for Friday, November 3rd, the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. For 2-year-old fillies, 1 mile and a 16th on the main track, and Candied will be breaking from the inside post for Todd Pletcher. And the past performances in this video are provided by todaysracingdigest.com. And looking at Candied's past performances, 6 furlong debut at Saratoga, nice effort, was able to be very professional, winning that one from off the pace. And then second time out, stretching out in the Grade 1 Alcibiades, earned an improved speed rating, and that was a good effort, rallying to get the win there. So she's proven she can go around 2 turns. This is a daughter of Candy Ride for trainer Todd Pletcher, and look for her to save all the ground behind the speed in this race. One of the horses that could show speed, number 2, Jody's Pride, stretching out in distance. Career debut, 5.5 furlongs. That was a good effort winning that one, and then won second time out, a Grade 3 at Aqueduct. So this horse will probably end up showing speed under Flavien Prat, but this daughter of American Pharaoh, we'll have to see if she'll be around at the end. She's definitely going to have to run faster. She's not faster enough on speed ratings. Scalable for trainer Todd Pletcher is the next one, and she's still a maiden after 2 starts. 7 furlong debut. She ended up finishing 5th, and then stretched out to 1 mile and a 16th and shipped to Santa Anita Park for the Grade 2 Chandelier, and she ended up finishing 2nd behind Chatalas, who's also in this race. That was not a fast race, the Chandelier, this year, and she's going to have to pick up her game. Another horse, still a maiden after 3 starts, Where's My Ring? This one in the Del Mar debut, 5.5 furlongs, ended up finishing an okay 2nd, just missing there. A close 3rd, second time out, and then stretched out 1 mile on turf in a Grade 3 last time out at Santa Anita, ended up finishing 4th. Definitely this maiden's going to have to pick up her game. Omaha Girl is next, and this one is going to ship in from Gulfstream Park, but she began her career at Monmouth Park with a victory first time out. Then she was 5th in a stakes race second time out at 5 furlongs on turf after that 4.5 furlong dirt debut there. And then went to Gulfstream Park in a 1 mile stakes race last time and won that one. Earned a better speed rating last time, added blinkers second time out. So that was second time blinkers last time. Decent effort, just not fast enough at this point. Chatalas is next for trainer Mark Glatt. Antonio Frisu will ride her back, and he rode her well last time. But in her career debut, she looked good. She was professional, outer post, 5.5 furlongs. She was able to wear down the leaders and win there at Del Mar. So a promising debut. And then second time out, she ended up running into Tamara, who's the big favorite in here. And she ended up finishing a well-beaten 4th, chasing the pace. She flattered Tamara when she came back, and she won the Chandelier Stakes. And she did earn a better speed rating, but the speed rating that she earned was not nearly fast enough to win this Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, and she's a daughter of Gunrunner. Tamara, 4-5 morning line favorite for Richard Mandela. Mike Smith's going to ride. Now, Richard Mandela has won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies 3 times, all 3 at Santa Anita, and one of his winners was Beholder, and Beholder is the dam of Tamara, and Bolt Doro is the sire here. And Mike Smith, the rider, has ridden the winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies 3 times. So Tamara, certainly looking at speed ratings, is the one to beat, even off of her career debut. 6.5 furlongs. So nice effort from the inside post there. Very professional, and she overcame some things. And then second time out, 7 furlongs in the Grade 1 Del Mar debutante. She tracked the pace and she just dominated that one. Won by more than 6 lengths. Today's Racing Digest speed rating that she earned that day towers over this field. 2 sprints to a route. They kept her out of the Chandelier on purpose. They wanted to point her to this race. They didn't want her to do too much prior to this race. They wanted her to peak here. She doesn't have to peak to win this. Her speed ratings from either of her starts, especially her second start, would dominate this race. So she's clearly the one to beat on paper. Espirit and Enchante is next for trainer Peter Miller, and Juan Hernandez is going to ride this one. And in the debut, it was at Del Mar at 5.5 furlongs. She finished 5th. Much improved effort. Second time out, 6.5 furlongs at Santa Anita on a good main track, was able to win that race. So she's certainly a filly, daughter of Tappet, and then Ghost Zapper's the dam sire. Good pedigree. She's going the right way. I just think this is too much too soon for her. Brightwork is next for trainer John Ortiz, and she's been outstanding in sprint races. As a matter of fact, in her first 4 sprint races, she won them all. Her career debut, she won easily at 4.5 furlongs at Keeneland in the spring. Ellis Park, second time out in a stakes race. She won that one, a good battle there. And then she went to Saratoga for back-to-back graded wins, a grade 3 win on August 6th. And then September 3rd, she won again there at 7 furlongs. So I like that progression, 4.5 to 5 to 6.5 to 7. But then when she stretched out around 2 turns to 1 mile and a 16th in the grade 1 Alcibiades, she came up empty there, tracking the pace, and she ended up finishing 5th, beating 10 lengths. Her speed rating went way down. Even if she runs back to her 1-turn speed ratings, she's not nearly as fast as Tamara. Accommodate Eve for trainer Dallas Stewart is next. This is a daughter of Munnings, and she's one that is definitely on the improve. In her first start, she finished 3rd. It was an okay effort. Then at Churchill Downs, she was a well-beaten 7th, second time out. And then at 7 furlongs at Keeneland last time, adding blinkers, she set a slow pace, and she just kicked away, and she won easily by more than 2 lengths. She earned a much better speed rating that day. So the speed rating she earned last time certainly gives her a look at a minor award in here. Now the pace will be much quicker this time. She'll have to probably rally from a bit off the pace. But the pedigree, Munnings, and then you have Pleasantly Perfect, the dam sire. So I think that she's bred to get at least 1 mile and a 16th. Dallas Stewart sometimes can be sneaky underneath in these big races. And I would consider Accommodate Eve if you're playing trifectas, superfectas, super high 5. Life Talk is next for Todd Pletcher, Irad Ortiz Jr. And this one in the debut ended up finishing a close second. That was a decent effort there, not a great trip. Second time out, went from 6 furlongs to 1 mile and won by 6 lengths at Saratoga. And then last time, in the slop, that was the grade 1 Frisette, and she ended up finishing 3rd, beating 4 lengths. So I like the improvement from her debut to her second speed rating, but then her speed rating dropped last time. Could have been the wet track there, maybe on a fast track here. This daughter of Gunrunner, Bernardini the dam sire, certainly bred for 2 turns, and I think that she's one that could at least hit the board. Just FYI for trainer Bill Mott, won the grade 1 Frisette last time, and I like the progression that she is showing. In her debut, 6 furlong debut, she was able to get up and win at Saratoga in her debut. That 6 furlong race was probably too short for her, but she won it anyway. And then second time out in this slop, she dominated the grade 1 Frisette, tracking the pace, taking over, winning by more than 3, and improving her speed rating significantly. But she's going to have to run even faster here to defeat Tamara, so Justify the sire, Street Cry the dam sire. She's bred for 2 turns, and she acts like a 2-turn filly. Alys Beach from the outside post for trainer Tom Amos. Tyler Gaffleone's going to ride. Good jockey trainer team here. This horse probably over her head. 6.5 furlong debut. She won that one at Saratoga. 7 furlong grade 1 stakes race at Saratoga. Second time out. 4th, beaten 8 lengths. A well-beaten 3rd last time out in the grade 1 Alcibiades. From that outside post, she'll probably attend the pace. This daughter of Omaha Beach, Bernardini, the dam sire. So overall, I mean, Tamara is certainly the one to beat. And I'm going to pick her on top just because she just dominates this race on the speed ratings, and she's looked like something special in her starts. Excellent pedigree, connections, have had a lot of success in this race. So Tamara certainly the one to beat. If for whatever reason she does stub her toe, just FYI, certainly is capable of beating her for Bilmont. And then I think one other filly could win this race if Tamara doesn't run her best race, and that's Candied for Todd Pletcher. So it's all about Tamara in here. And if she doesn't run her best race, just FYI, and Candied are capable of beating her. But I'm expecting her to show up for trainer Richard Mandela. He's had a lot of success in the Breeders' Cup at Santa Anita. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And that will wrap up this video. I'll be back and I'll take a look at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies next. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.